All right, so hopefully you've taken a look at this example and given it a try. And but now we'll go through it. In this example, we're given some data about the income level of families in the U.S. Okay, apparently from the U.S. Census Bureau. And so the first thing we're asked to do is calculate the probability distribution. Now, we need to know how many families were surveyed, right? It doesn't actually say it, so we have to calculate that. But we can calculate it just by adding up all of the number of families in all of these different categories. So if you add up all of these numbers, you get 117,043.8. Now notice this is in thousands. So this is 117,000 thousandths. Oops, thousands. So these numbers are all in thousands. Okay. So now we just want to calculate the probabilities, which is just going to be the relative frequency. So we're going to take the number of families who responded that they have an income level in this category and divide it by the total number of families surveyed. Okay. So if I do that, this first probability is just going to be this 28,943.7 divided by 17,043.8. Okay, and when I divide that, I get a relative frequency of 0.2473. Okay, and then to get the probability that a family in this survey reported this income level from 25,000 to 49,999. Again, I'm just going to take the number of families in that category and divide it by 117,043. Okay, I'm just going to do that for each one of those. So for this one, I got 0.2493. The next one, I got 0.1191. And, whoops, I left one out. Hang on a minute. I missed one. So this one was 0.1792. This one was 0.1191. This one was 0.2051. Okay, so I'm just getting those by taking the number of families in that particular income level and dividing by the total number of families surveyed, which I got by adding up all of the number of families. All right, so now we're ready to answer some questions about the probabilities. So the first question just asks, what is the probability that a randomly selected family has an income below 25,000? Well, we can just read that right off the table. So I'm just going to write that as the probability that the income is less than 25,000. Okay. And I got 0.2473 just by reading it right off the table. What is the probability that a randomly selected family has an income between 50,000 and 999,000? Okay, so that's these two categories combined. All right, we get 50,000 to 74,999, and then we have 75,000 to 99,999. So let's write this. We want the probability that the income is between 50,000 and, oops, I'm going to write between 50,000 and $99,999. Okay, so I'm just going to add the two income groups, the probabilities for each of those income groups together. So I'm going to take 0.1792 and add 0.1191. Okay, and when I did that, I got 0.3242. All right, so the next question is, what is the probability that a randomly selected family has an income of $75,000 or more? All right, so $75,000 is, let me erase this one because $75,000 is here, but we want $75,000 or more. So basically, we just need to add the probabilities of these two income groups together. Okay, so the probability that the income is greater than or equal to $75,000 is just going to be the sum of 0.1191 plus 0.2051. All right. And that gives us, whoops, hang on a minute. Yeah, that's right. Gonna make sure we're copying the right things. So this, sorry, this gives us 0.3242. Actually, this one, I read off the wrong number. This one comes out to be 0.2983. All right, I'm getting tired. So, all right, next question is, what is the probability that a randomly selected family has an income of less than $50,000? Okay, so probability that the income is less than or equal to $50,000. Oh, my goodness, $50,000. All right, so we're just going to go to our table and find out where that is on our table. So $50,000 is right here. So we want less than $50,000. So then we're just looking at these two income categories. Okay, so we'll just read those numbers off the table. So we have 0.2493 and 0.2473. Okay, that's just straight from the table up here, those two values. So when I add those together, I get 0.4966. All right, last question. Probability that our income is $100,000 or more. So greater than or equal to $100,000. Oops. $100,000. All right, well, that's just one income category on our table, right? So that we could just read right off of the table. So that is just 0.2051. All right, well, that takes care of all the examples in this lecture, and you can look ahead at the discussion questions, and I'll see you in class.